Alex Leatherwood was activated for the first time, and he played in 10 snaps yesterday for the Chicago Bears. Today, we're going to break down all 10 of his snaps because I think the potential for the second-year right tackle is through the roof. Let's jump right into it. Now, when you get into this first snap here, it's a quick throw. So Leatherwood really just sets up in a 45-degree set. He isn't super explosive out of his stance. You can see he's kind of late. Not a major deal, right? First snap in a number of weeks for the right tackle. But I do think he needs to just get a little bit quicker out of his stance. Not a whole lot there, but I did want to just criticize him as much as possible, right? Because there's only 10 snaps. Let's go ahead and get into the next play. Jumping into the second play. Again, just being a little overly criticized of this play. He is just a little slow out of his stance. You guys can see it from the backside angle as the play is going to begin. He's going to get out of his stance, but just a second late. You can see everyone else is moving but Leatherwood. Again, not a major deal because he will get coached out of this as he gets those reps, as he starts understanding the cadence and the timing of the quarterback. Again, not a major deal, but again, just overanalyzing all 10 of his reps. Let's get into the third play. Jumping into this third play, 3rd and 5. Leatherwood's going to be in a one-on-one situation with number 55. He does get the chip, which does help him. But a pretty nice job in terms of his footwork. He's going to get out of his stance. He's going to do a good job setting up, finding 55 and punching him and stopping him in his tracks. Nice job. Not a whole lot there. I will say this. With Leatherwood, one of the things he has to continue to work on is going to be anchoring down. That was his biggest issue while he was with the Raiders. And I do think it's something he understands, and it's something that he's been working on. In fact, even as you look at this rep and he makes contact with the defensive end, you can see the anchor start to drop right there. His hips are getting a little bit low. Again, this was one of the biggest issues he had with the Raiders. Oftentimes, he would just get pushed back. And of course, going into year 2, this is what you want to see a guy develop. And you can see he's definitely doing a much better job in terms of anchoring down. Really like what I see right there in this pass set. Let's go and get into the next play. 1st and 10 here. You got Alex Leatherwood once again setting up to pass protect. Does a pretty nice job. He's going to double team down with Teven Jenkins. They're going to take on number 55. But Leatherwood does keep his eyes to the outside because the tight end here has a chip and release. So at some point in this play, Leatherwood understands he has to get out to the outside. He does that. He sets up well, gets off the double team. This is a really nice heads-up play by Leatherwood. Again, he understands the pass protection. He understands exactly what's coming on this play. Really solid job taking on the initial contact with Jenkins. Helps out his guard. Keeps his head out there. Is able to get off and basically set up to take on the other guy. Really nice throw here by Justin Fields. You guys see it's the fumble here by Chase Claypool. That being said, let's go and get to the next rep. Alright guys, as we know, Leatherwood had 2 very, very big plays that he was a part of. On this one here, he's going to be basically put on an island. One-on-one situation, true pass set. Of course, they're taking a deep shot. And it's completed, right? It's a 56-yard pass. Let's break this play down because from a technique standpoint, there's a lot of really, really, really good things that I take away from this play. Really good footwork, really good punch. The anchor drops, the hip drops. Really solid job in my opinion. Let's go ahead and just watch the play and we're going to overanalyze this clip a little bit. Alrighty, jumping right into this play. The first thing I noticed with Leatherwood is he's done a much better job getting vertical, getting those feet and kicking back. You guys can see it. You're going to see the 3 steps. If you guys watch the right foot, watch as it gets vertical out of his stance. Bam, right there. 1, 2, 3. That's a nice job because Leatherwood was not doing this for the Raiders last year. At least he didn't look good on tape doing it. Obviously, he's much more comfortable this year. Again, he played left tackle in college, although he kind of played the entire offensive line spots from guard to tackle, both tackles. Last year, he was a left tackle primarily, or his last year at Alabama, and for the Raiders, they shifted him to right tackle right away. But within this rep, you can see his footwork is definitely looking better, in my opinion. From there, he does a great job mirroring number 53 here. As soon as he's going to make contact with 53 there, initially gets his hands on 53. And you're going to see he's going to just mirror him. With his left hand, he's going to grab onto the right shoulder pad. And once you get that latch, you really just got to mirror. And he does a great job. And you can see in this rep, he tries dropping the anchor. Although it's a little bit harder when you really only have one hand on the guy. And the guy is trying to kind of long arm you as this defender is here. But that's a really, really nice rep by Alex Leatherwood. Everything from the kick step, getting vertical, making contact with 53, knowing he's in a one-on-one situation. It just looks much cleaner, in my opinion. It's a really nice job. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Here's the 7-yard touchdown run, literally the very next play after that big pass. And watch Leatherwood here with Teven Jenkins take this guy and just absolutely drive him. This is such a nice job by those two guys. From the point of where they make contact to where they end up driving him. Look at that drive. That's a really, really nice job. And of course, Leatherwood gets off of his guy here and gets to the backside linebacker. But that's just a really good job making contact with someone, driving them backwards. Obviously, the run was to the opposite side, but we can look at these individual plays, these individual blocks, and realize that Leatherwood's looking better. Plus, last year, Leatherwood's biggest asset was his run blocking. So he only took 3 run blocking snaps, or I should say run plays, because one was actually a pass play that the quarterback took off running on. But Leatherwood just looks much better in my opinion. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Alrighty guys, so with that being said, we're at the point now where Alex Leatherwood came out of the game, Riley Reiff came into the game. This is now the 4th quarter, so Alex Leatherwood is finally back into the game. First play, he's back. 49-yard pass by Justin Fields. It was a 3-man rush, but Leatherwood does a really good job on this play, in my opinion. Great throw, great catch by Harry. Overall, really nice job by the O-line. Now, Leatherwood will get some help on this play by Teven Jenkins because it is a 3-man rush. Leatherwood does a pretty nice job initially making contact, and Jenkins comes and really stops number 94. 94 had the bull rush, in my opinion, on Alex Leatherwood. If you guys look at this play, 94 does get to the inside. Leatherwood, once again, is learning to anchor. So you can see on this play right here, he wasn't really able to anchor until the double team came. But again, not a big deal because Leatherwood does do a good job. From his footwork, everything looks really, really good. His feet really look clean. His pass set really looks clean in my opinion. He's really taken that step in my opinion with the pass set. He really struggled last year with the Raiders. Getting out of his stance, getting vertical. Sometimes he was crossing his feet. I don't see any of that anymore. So he's definitely cleaned it up. Pretty nice job on this rep right here. Even better job by the quarterback rolling to his left. Being able to throw it 50 yards downfield basically, right? 49-yard catch. Again, really, really nice job by Alex Leatherwood. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. You guys, check out the very next play. You're going to see Leatherwood. He's going to do a... It's kind of interesting because he blocks down here. But then he has a guy coming to the outside there. You can see the guy kind of gets close to Fields. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a pressure. Maybe it is. It's kind of an interesting play because you can see that even Jenkins kind of blocks downwards and Leatherwood blocks downwards instead of just both guys getting out to their right. But yeah, you're going to see with Leatherwood helping with number 95 here, he's not able to really get fully vertical out here. So that is kind of interesting, and you can see the guy kind of gets to the edge. Again, not a major deal, but you do see that that's kind of something that will have to get coached out. Rather, this was some sort of coaching technique that he may not have understood exactly what his responsibility was. Because for me, I think it would have made more sense instead of him kind of coming out and going forward. Right, you can see his feet aren't getting vertical. The left foot really doesn't even move. The right foot is what kind of moves first. Again, I'm not sure exactly what happens on that play. Almost looks like this play was some sort of quarterback draw potentially, or maybe that's what he heard based off of how he wants 95 to kind of go upfield and how he's setting his body up to the inside. Either way, kind of interesting. Maybe got confused for a second. Not a big deal. Does a pretty nice job making up, getting there, and at least containing the edge for Fields to get the ball out. That being said, let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Alrighty, guys. There's a couple plays left here. Here is the 7-yard run out to Alex Leatherwood's side. He does a really nice job showing that grip strength. Some people look at this play and say this is a hold on Alex Leatherwood. But if you guys know offensive line blocking, this is just a really, really nice job. Leatherwood's going to make contact with number 94. The right hand, really nice job being able to move number 94. Not a hold. He lets him go right exactly when he needed to. And the running back picks up 7 yards to Leatherwood's side. Let's break this play down a little bit. Leatherwood does a good job getting out of his stance. He makes contact very low, right? Very, very, very low. You can tell he's clearly lower than the defensive lineman. Really nice job with the right hand coming to the outside. And look at the movement he generates here to the left, right? He takes number 94 about half a yard to the left. And that's just enough for the running back to be able to hit that hole right there. So really nice job by Leatherwood. Again, Alex Leatherwood's best asset is his run blocking. The guy was a superstar in my opinion for the Raiders. Arguably our best run blocker last year was Alex Leatherwood. So very excited to see how he kind of develops. You guys can see this 3rd and 5 play right here was Leatherwood's final play of this game. It's just the run. He has a backside block. Really good footwork once again in my opinion. Keep in mind on this play right here, he's basically has to seal off this guy from getting to the inside, and he does just that. He makes contact and he nears him really, really, really well. It's actually arguably his best block. I know it didn't hit for that many yards, only picked up 1 yard. But that's not because of him, right? That's obviously because of the front side blockers that weren't able to make the play. You can see Jenkins here kind of takes a wrong angle and his guy ends up making the play. But from the backside, Leatherwood does a really nice job. Nice angle to the inside. Great base. Great job locking in, getting his hands to the inside. And as this defender here is trying to shed with that hand, you can see Leatherwood just does a nice job mirroring him and sticking with him. It's a really nice job by Alex Leatherwood. Again, only 10 snaps, and I know we way overanalyze all 10 of these snaps, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got at least a little bit of value out of this video. Leatherwood's a guy that I'm very high on, right? I'll be the first to tell you guys I was not excited when the Raiders drafted him because I did not think he was worth that pick relative to where he was at in his development. I would have preferred Christian Darrisaw, obviously. Even would have preferred Teven Jenkins over Alex Leatherwood, but I was actually very surprised the Raiders cut him because he had potential. If it wasn't at tackle, it could be at guard. The guy's a very, very elite run blocker in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep in mind, if Leatherwood plays a lot again next week, we will break down every single one of those snaps as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.